the front thing, that arm, you can use day or night, but the other one's only for the day.
Taking care of your animals there, Jamie?
Yeah, put a bit of feed in one of them, sell some milk in another.
I did check the animals, they all had enough food, I thought.
Yeah, they're good. Just this one cow barn up the top here, the calf barn. You just put some of that and let it chew through it because it doesn't have very large storage capacity. So there's lots in it.
Do we own a cultivator?
We do.
Good.
That cultivating contract?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what one Gus been doing quite a bit. Cultivating.
Oh yeah, got a couple of contracts.
Well, they made it compatible on the sprayers, but they also made it look good this time. Because it does disengage the sections when it doesn't need anything.
Yeah, it used to do that on the John Deere one.
Yeah, but only on the John Deere,
22. Yeah.
not on the others.
Any growth from your trees, Scrum?
Yes, they're growing fast. Already 11 meters high. Probably can cut them next month.
Nice. Johnny says, damn.
Oh, I won't be cutting them. Don't care.
One got said the same.
Oh, fuck, where am I? Off now. Oh no, I'm on the right road.
Tom, that doesn't look like it's spot spraying, or are you doing fertilising?
That's fertiliser.
Oh,
But it is engaging and disengaging on sections where it needs or doesn't need it.
Yep.
oh bollocks. Oh. Getting weird. That is weird. Mm.
You know where the cultivator's living at the moment? Jamie?
Yeah, it's in the shed. Where are you at? It's the shed down the lane here.
Down the lane?
Right-
Yeah,
right
okay.
here.
It's the shed down under, Johnny.
It is the
Oh,
shed
good.
down under. This corner.
Oh, down there.
That corner right in there.
Stop. Oh, where do I go? Field what? Mm, 236. What a... 2, 3. Ah, 237. You'd think it'd be next to that, but it ain't.
236, you say?
Yeah, it's way down the bottom. How do I get there?
Your best way is
Down
to
that
go
road.
go left out of the farm and down that straight down that road to the right.
Yep. Home. Jeez.
It's only early. That's the problem.
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Way too early. Been up since 2:30.
Jeez.
Jesus.
Might as well not bother going to bed.
No, wasn't much point. Oh, yeah. There. Okay.
It's a ditch there.
Yeah.
So everybody's working at contracts pretty much then today, are they?
Nah.
Gone for scanning, I think.
That's
So I did a bit of scanning, but that's done by now. I
Yeah.
did a little bit of spraying where it needed it. Not going to start a new thing now.
Yeah, mostly contracts, few bits and pieces, some straw. Get the animal.
The animal.
You only got one, have you? What was that?
Animals.
Oh, right, okay.
166 cows.
Oh, nice.
I'll bring away my milk, sell that, and should be good for the rest of December. But then myself.
wanting to sleep through or speed up time to go through faster for the next week, or what do we want to do there?
Well, if we're doing contracts, I wouldn't suggest that.
Well, no, you.
No.
That's what I'm saying. Like, are we wanting to leave it as is? We talked 2 or 3 weeks ago about going through the winter quicker, but are we going to just leave it at 2 times and let it roll for the next 3 weeks and like normal, and then we'll do contracts and stuff like that, or?
I think I need to let it roll because I need to put in about 50,000 every month.
Okay.
I need to do some contracts. That said, I've made 140,000 today.
They going bunker. Just on contracts, yeah.
I sold a load of straw and milk.
Oh, right. Okay.
Very small load of oats just to get it out of the way.
Yeah.
I think I only spent money today. I'll go
Maybe
make a little
use-
bit of money now. I spent money on sampling all my fields, but that will pay back in the end.
Yep. Same
Saves
here.
a lot in the fertilizer costs, etc.
Yep. So the other thing then, Johnny, do you want to square out that field 116, 117 where that scrub of trees comes out? Do you want me to start chopping and shredding those and grinding stumps?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would do that.
Okay.
Yep.
That's why I was wondering, because
If I were you, I wouldn't do it if I were me. But I would do that if I were you.
There's some logic buried in there somewhere.
Yeah. Well, I'm not doing trees. That's why I wouldn't do it.
bloody stupid drivers.
Yes, I know.
I just got to overtake him, Jimmy, that's all.
Yeah, he decided to pass and head on into me.
Do they still pull in on you, Jamie?
What's
They
that?
still pass.
Do they still pull in too quick?
No, he was coming at me.
No.
Coming at me and passed the car in
Oh,
front of
he's
me.
overtaken, right? Okay.
He was overtaken where he should not be overtaken.
See, I haven't given them the IRA codes yet.
What you buying, Scrump?
I'm thinking of buying a cultivator to do some contracts, but I don't think I'll do that. I'll just harvest my trees next month. Sounds like more money to me.
Could lease to buy, couldn't you? Yeah, that might. Alright.
Yes, I could, Johnny, but I'll be busy enough getting those trees down next month, and then I'll only buy a cultivator to do like 3-4 contracts. Don't see the point of that.
Yeah.
I mean, I could lease it. I think my trees, the way they are growing now, I think they're ready to harvest next month already. So in that case, I'll leave it for now, doing any cultivating, and just harvest my trees. I've got some silage to sell, so at least make a little bit of money today.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and call it a day anyway, after I sold my silage. I didn't do much at all this weekend, but still I'm tired.
Doing nothing wears you out, mate.
It's all that fresh air, mate.
Yeah. All that sitting in the sun, poof,
Yep.
it's heavy. Well, I did have to build a tent and break it down again, of course, but it's always more work than you want if you're alone.
Yeah. I thought you had a trailer tent, no?
Yeah, it's a tent trailer, yeah.
So it kind of took that much to put it up.
Nah, it's not that much, but when you're alone, it's still like hour and a half to get it all sorted.
Jesus.
And that's including getting all the bedding in, the kitchen, everything.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Also-
tent itself, to set it up, it's only like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But then it's getting everything into place.
Yeah.
And of course, we went fishing, so it took a shitload of fishing gear.
Yep.
I think it was almost more time getting all the fishing gear unloaded than
It was doing
getting the
tent.
food and drinks unloaded.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And we couldn't leave the auto on the or the car couldn't stay with the tent, so we had to put that
Yeah,
on the
so you had
parking.
to unload everything and park it, yeah.
Yeah. Which I don't mind, but
No.
normally I would have left some stuff in the car.
Stuff in the car, yeah. Yeah, but you didn't want to have all the hassle of dragging your way up there to get it.
Yeah. And of course I took way too much gear with me again. I always make that mistake.
That's always part of the camping trip, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, only just for fishing I took like 8 different rods. And in the end I only used 2, so yeah, that worked out.
Yeah, but the thing is though, you know, I mean, you've been there before, had you?
Yes.
Oh, you've been to this place before, so you knew what you was up against.
Yes, but I was kind of into learning my son how to fish, so he used a couple of different rods, but I decided to go easy, so I went for carp fishing.
Right.
So just throw in and wait, basically.
Yeah.
So I was reading books basically more than I was fishing.
Right.
All the fish I caught were with my son's rod
Yeah.
when he was not fishing.
Yeah. Yeah.
My biggest carp ever I did catch in that same area where we went to this weekend. So
Right.
that was a 38-pound carp.
Wow, that's big, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely a big one.
Yeah, Jimmy, Johnny's okay. He survived last night.
Last night, what I heard do?
He just-
Oh yeah, did all the work. I remember.
What was that with the ladies?
No, I was farming.
Oh, okay.
He was expecting somebody to show up, but they didn't.
Bastards
same
never
old,
showed
same
up.
old, mate. Same old, same old. You can't trust everybody, can you?
No, bloody useless. What can I say? Jimmy kept me company for about an hour.
Did he?
Yeah,
How is he? He good?
yeah. Still playing around with an antique game. What can
Yeah, yeah. I've seen it. I've seen him on in voice, but I've just by the time I get in, I'm not in the mood for playing fancy. 22 or 25. Yeah, but at least for the game they're playing, Johnny, you don't have to patch it every couple of minutes.
not patching nothing?
Is there that many patches then? I didn't notice, huh?
No, I'm not patching nothing. That's what I said. Don't know what you're patching, but
Yeah. Well, I'm on Steam, so it's all automatically anyway.
yeah. Don't have to touch a thing.
Finally making some money today. Jeez. About time.
Eddie Skunk.
Do all your trees, you won't know what to do with the money.
Oh, I do, Johnny, because I've got quite a big one to go.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Here's a surprise spot.
Well, it's the loan interest is just peanuts, so why not take a loan?
Yeah. Agree with that, mate.
I only used it to extend a little bit more field and put trees on it, so that will pay itself back.
Yeah. Certainly will.
Multiple times. This.
and in January I can sell my crops, so that will also pay back a bit of loan. Good times.
I sold my sorghum today there for Johnny and I because it was better priced than
Was it?
than the expected price was coming up in the next.
The expected maximum.
So it's 9:36 now.
I've got to wait until July before I can make the most of my soybeans.
Yeah, my corn max value will be in January. So I need to wait for that.
But
The sorghum is close.
10,000.
It says it will be better in January for me, Jim.
What's that?
The sorghum.
Yep.
It says it will be a little bit better in January to me, but it's not a big difference.
It's different for everyone.
Yeah.
If you all compare prices from each farm, you'll get different amounts.
So sorghum, I don't have any left this time to save in stock. Check to look and see.
No, I'm
But it's
getting
sold
936 now.
936, and it was showing January showing 954 in this, but it was showing on time saving stock check the high price of 922 for me in January.
Yeah.
See what
Yeah,
it
it's
comes back.
it's only going to be like $200 different between selling now and next month, so it's almost nothing.
At least you can see what fields you own better now. You've improved the farmland.
Yes.
Yeah, it was very faint last time before the update.
Oh,
Very
Jamie,
fine.
you're wood chip, and you should take that contract for the wood chips.
Yeah. Gotta get, because I'm not on my land, I gotta pull the trailer back a little closer so I can chip and not
Yeah, to get them.
hit my saw, be able to use my saw in that area.
So you're taking them from the parish councillor then?
I'm just doing
Taking
what
what from who?
Gizmo. I'm just doing what Gizmo taught me. You know, work on the cover of darkness
Oh.
and get stuff done.
Blame me, mate, because I'm not here. Stealth mode.
Sell some straw as well. Then all the crops, then all the trees. I should make some short work from that now. Don't seem to go in front of you a little bit better now when they pass you. They're still pretty tight, but
Right, yeah, but they don't actually hit the front of this vehicle anymore.
yeah. They do still overtake in the wrong places though.
But that's just like driving in Harrow. You know, that is reality, mate. They love to think that if they're coming in from the left, joining the main road, they got right away.
Yes.
It's quite amazing.
Trees and wood chip and scrump just reminds us how we won on the map for Frontier.
Yep, definitely.
What? Bullshit.
Just seeing if he was still awake over there.
Oh, that was pretty good, yeah.
I got my big start on that map by farmer that bought a field and wanted to chip to himself and then did second chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Money with that. Started the first million.
Yep. I don't know what medication you were taking that day, Johnny.
Nah, decent friend would have said, yeah, alright, I'll share it with you. But,
Decent friend would have told you not to buy land with woodlot on it if you didn't want to chip in a competition.
Well, wanted to try and do it. Big mistake. I tried, failed. And I didn't give up then. I still tried to do trees around the edges of the maps. Just a pain in the arse. Took too long for so little reward. Made more from silage. Next challenge, no such thing as this woodcut and shit.
Oh, stop.
Banned.
Stop.
It's
Yes.
banned.
Pure farming only.
Huh?
Just pure farming.
Yep.
These are silly.
I don't think it's going to matter.
Sounds like a challenge, Johnny.
Does. It's a pity it's the wrong time of year.
Is there ever a right time, though, John?
Yeah. There'll be a couple of more 1,000 decent maps out by then.
Yeah. And they might have got the game working properly by then and all that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Briscoe's map might be out next month.
That's very slow all of a sudden.
What is?
Bristol.
Oh no, he's just trying to perfect.
It was steaming
Perfectionist.
along like nobody's business, and all of a sudden
Yeah.
it's guided down.
Oh, he's probably busy in real life, mate. It's summer.
Yeah, and he's busy pastoring.
What he's done so far is bloody magnificent.
Oh yeah, it looks stunning. We're watching his videos. He's just released another one today, but he's on the bigger modders or people copying modders.
Oh yeah.
I haven't watched it yet, so I don't know.
Never gonna stop that.
No, it's like the people fly tipping around my road. Mind you, I got off the council on, I think it was Wednesday, and reported about because they've started charging for wheelie bins.
Oh yeah.
So, and
We've always been charged for wheelie bins here.
no, they were all free, Johnny, but they've started charging for the green bin. And all of a sudden, there's a little one-way road. It's very quiet. It's not really used a lot. It's a little one-way road. It's all of a sudden everyone thinks it's a greenway site. So there's been about seven or eight people who have dumped stuff in there. And I reported it on Tuesday. And I went for a walk there Wednesday evening. It was gone. And I knew they got rid of the greenways. They took all the other shit that was dumped down there as well. I was quite impressed. And my council tax was being spent.
Unlike the council.
Alright, gentlemen. That's it from me for today.
Well,
An end.
Have a good night. Good day
Yeah,
tomorrow.
you're right. Yeah, it's going to be busy, but all good.
Alright.
I've been resting enough this weekend to get back to it tomorrow.
yeah, that's looking pretty good as well, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, it's getting
Well,
really good now.
and stuff.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, I think 3 more days and then we should be all done.
What, the cabin?
Yeah, the other two, yeah. We still need to do the parking places with the glass tiles. We still need to do filling in more roads to level it all out. One more side veranda, is that how you call it? I don't know. That's a sunroof. Like a sunroof, side sunroof. That still has to go in place.
The sunroof?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or like an awning, you mean?
Yeah, I put it over
The
there.
tree.
To keep the sun off you. To keep the sun off you. Yeah, awning.
Yeah, I put it photo on Friday. That's from the side roof, basically. But,
That's basically what I've been putting up.
yeah, we got one more gun to go.
Wooden thing with a roof on it. The sheets of plastic that I bought protect you from the sun.
Yeah,
I don't know how they do that, but that's really silly.
The one we are placing down is 100% aluminium.
Right.
Colored aluminium, but with milk tinted glass in between the beams to block the sun.
Yeah.
Still lights will go through, but
Yeah.
break the sun.
Yeah. This allows lighting, but it's like a very, very faint blue colour. But having said that, because it's what I've repurposed from my mum's house, and there was a walnut tree that was growing nearby, so it's got a lot of sap on it. I need to give it a cleaning. So I tried it with the pressure washer, but it didn't touch it, so I obviously need to get some kind of chemical. Clean the outside of it.
No, but it's just, yeah, there are 2 hedges that need to go in place. We need to still see those glass numbers.
Yeah, that's it. Are these rented out at some point?
Yes, in 14 days from now.
Bank holiday?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should I'll put some plastic on the last to make it get full faster. Typical fermentation.
Yeah. I've still got some hedge plants that haven't chipped in yet. And even I put 5 in pots. Well, where they're going, the ground weren't ready. I put 5 in pots, and only 3 of them has actually taken. And there's still 2 that haven't grown, and all round there's some that are just roaring ahead, and others that have just done nothing, and some that are like they've started but they're quite mediocre, and others that look like trees. Crazy. There's enough of them kicked in that it's going to provide some cover. So it's all right.
All right, that's it for me, gentlemen. You all have a wonderful rest of the evening and a wonderful week.
You as well.
Yeah, man.
Catch up later.
Take care of yourself.
So, mate,
So yeah.
take care.
Amy, did you see the new livestock mod that's on its way?
The one that Scroff previewed?
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah. Looks interesting.
Certainly does. Make doing beef stock a little bit more interesting.
Yes.
I too will say good evening.
Is it the witching hour already?
Yeah, already.
Wow,
Thank
Time
you, sir.
flies.
one does fly, mate, yeah. You have a good night,
That's
then.
alright.
A good day.
Yeah, I'll have something. Definitely have something.
It's a good time for me to go as well. Contract's complete and it's free.
Stuff.
Yeah. Yep. Alright guys, take care.
Good night, yeah.
Catch up again soon.
Thank you.
Right.
Cheers, mate.
Night night.
Have a good night, mate. Take care.
I'll leave you too as well, guys.
Okay, mate, have a good week, mate.
Catch you next week.
Hope you get all your
yeah.
doors sorted.
Yeah. I'm nearly ready to send that.
Don't sound too confident, mate. You ready to what?
Jamie, I'm nearly ready to send the map to you for your farmyard.
Oh, okay.
I've just literally got to make some of the sheds available as a mod, and then you can do it all in game. It's tricky, which is why I'm pleased to see Andy's. It'll help no end. Yeah, I'll catch you guys next week,
All right.
Take care, mate. Have a
Take care,
good week.
bud.
and you guys take it easy.
Bye. Been up the firehouse lately, Jane?
Yeah. A couple of calls. Nothing major. Had a steam pipe at the hospital. Busted.
pipe,
Steam, yeah. So there's a incinerator
Yeah, yeah.
down the road, and it feeds the hospital with some steam for heat. And one
Yep.
of the pipes burst, and then that caused issues
Yes.
in the area where it
There's
was at.
one up there. Yeah. Oh, they had a 10 engine job in East London over the weekend. Block of flats. And also over here we keep getting electrical transformers catching fire. Very weird. And I'm guessing it's just because it's all old infrastructure and it's wearing out.
Interesting. We get that
Yeah, but
happening here.
no one's admitting to it. Yeah.
Yes.
And one that went out, according to the electric board, it was near Heathrow, yeah? And they shut the airport because this transformer was supplying whatever it was supplying they needed. Yeah. And because everyone's gone green, the solar panels and the whatever it is couldn't provide enough power to keep the systems running, and the diesel generators were decommissioned, what they used to use, but the electricity board reckoned that there was enough power coming from 2 other substations that they needn't have took it offline. So I'm guessing it was wired wrong in Heathrow. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So obviously the three substations didn't have access to the entire site. Only 2 of them, only certain areas instead of them being able to cover everything. But then there's been 2 others since, and not as newsworthy from the point of view it was Heathrow Airport, but still interesting, or I found it interesting, the fact that we're getting all these problems with temperature, because it's warm, and we're getting all these problems, and all these substation transformers seem to be just destroying themselves.
So we get some of that here, but it's because of salt.
Salt?
We're like salt water, salt air. Okay.
Okay.
We get a lot of rust here, but we also get salt is a conductor.
Yes.
So anywhere where there's transformers that are near the water and that kind of stuff, they get issues.
They get a build up of salt and it shorts them out or whatever.
Yeah.
Wow. Crazy, man. Yeah. I just think over here our infrastructure is just fucked. Because everywhere you go, they're digging up roads. And like where I used to live, I'm still on the WhatsApp group. And all they've been banging on about all week is not a substation, a water leak in the road, and it's been there a week, and it's quite, it's got quite a bit of flow on it, and the water board ain't even come to do it yet. And I'm pretty much sure it's because all their crews are out doing other ones. Because everywhere you go, there's a set of traffic lights. And it's either water board or gas. Electricity doesn't seem to be as bad, but a lot of their stuff goes underground. Apart from the transformers. That's their big problem at the minute.
How's your weather been there this weekend?
Been brilliant, mate. 26 degrees it was here today.
Nice.
Apparently the high is dominating. High pressure. We apparently tonight there's a little bit of a tussle between high and low, but even the low pressure is coming from the south. So it's going to be, even though it might cause thunderstorms, it's going to be warm. Yeah. So even if it's pissing down occasionally, but we desperately need some rain. I would think the farmers are praying probably for some rain, because their crops are looking good. But if it carries on like this for another couple of weeks, they're not going to be looking as good. Whereas if they've got a nice good deluge now, it would probably do them no end of good. And plus my little hedge plants have never seen rain. Or a deluge anyway. Just been a few little showers, but nothing major since I put them in.
Yeah, rain is better than any bucket water.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, I've been pumping them. I didn't do them this week, and I must admit I've been too busy. But normally when I'm out the front doing stuff, I just put the hose in like a it's not a rod rest, it's a construction thing, but it looks like a rod rest. And I just put the hose sprayer head in the rod rest, fire it at the trees and just let it get on with it. Is that the area you're clearing, Jamie?
Yeah, there's a little, back up here a second to show you.
Right.
It's
What little corner that's got trees on?
a little scrub of trees.
Yeah.
See, and I go to the map here, I'll go to the aerial view and you'll see, just to take that field and straighten it out a little bit.
Oh, right, okay, like a
Like it's-
little, I think they call that a spinney.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yes.
a line of trees.
I'm not really as much worried. I might take some of the ones along the roadway too, just that little bit, but
Yeah,
it's more that one that
take,
juts right out into the field type things.
yeah. Now that is a bit of a weird field, isn't it? Oh, it's a long tree. And it won't cut it. Pretty time consuming, isn't it, doing it that way?
It is, but there's not enough of them to really mess around any other way. Like if I had a whole forest, I'd get a telehandler or something. But
Yeah, to move them, to bigger lumps, yeah. What we need is that old tub grinder. From 22.
yeah, the beavers or whatever it was called. Yeah.
Beaverator, yeah, that's the thing. So you can just pick them up with a whatever and throw the whole thing in.
Yeah.
Just mash it to pulp. Every little helps, mate. Yeah.
This is more about the land than it is making the profit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's making it easier to farm.
Yeah.
We're all for that, mate.
I suppose I should go check in the scrums tree, seeing as he planted them last month and they already shot up that high.
Yeah, he reckons they're flying along. They're still not in single player. They're not
No, it's the Denny
flying that
server
high
thing, I think, that's running all the time.
because it's running all the time. Is what the thing is. Because mine have come up, but also the same in 22. The things like American elm, oaks, and all that,
Mm-hmm.
they fly up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Silver birch, not so quick, but quicker than a pine or a spruce. Is it spruce? I can't remember what they're called. But you know, the ones that the tree harvester can cut down, they still take forever. Because I had a field where I planted I bought the wrong pallet and didn't realise.
Yeah.
So I planted like 200 American elm, because that was the first tree on the list.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I never scrolled through the options. I just bought a pallet of the first one. And then I realised it was wrong, so I then planted lodgepole pines, same day and everything. But the American elms came up way quicker than the lodgepoles. In fact, the American elms were fully grown, and I cut them all down and chipped them before the pines had even germinated for the first phase. I must admit, I haven't had a look at them lately. I might try and do that now.
That's on the French Dash map.
Yeah. Playing this on back roads alternatively. Well, not alternatively, I do a couple of nights on one and then swap over to the other. I find doing it every day, it's just, you spend so much time trying to work out what you were doing that you waste half of the day, so you're better off doing a couple of days, because then you find out what you're doing and then you know what you're doing the following day.
Yes.
Or I can remember what I was doing the following day. That works alright like that. Getting quite good. I bought a not a wood yard as such. It's like a processing thing that processes wood chips and wood into things like firewood, which is made from wood chip and obviously pressed together in a mould somehow to look like a log. And OSB, you know, the old roofing boards,
Yep.
building tray, and that, and I think it does plywood. I don't know what the other two products are, but at first I couldn't get anything in it, and now every time you drive by there, you can't drive by it with a load of logs on a trailer because it just makes sense, even if they're tied on, or if you got it on the end of a winch. Yeah.
Was there an update or something that
I've got no idea. But 1 minute it was doing nothing, and I couldn't get anything to go in it. And then I thought, I know what I'll do. Oh, then there was a cover that I hadn't opened because the geezer had put a switch on the wall, like not even opposite the cover. It was at one end of the building, and because I hadn't found it, because I was standing on this, you could tell there was a door that was going to open off the grate, but I couldn't get a trigger. And then all of a sudden, I was looking for something else, and I thought, "Oh, what's that?" Walked up to it, boom, open cover. Thought, "Oh, here we go." But the other thing I can't get to work is off the mod hub, I got those the old sugarcane trailers.
Yes.
Yeah. But I'm not getting. I can fill them up, but I'm not getting a tip from either that or Brummies. I'm guessing Brummies take sawdust, wood chips, right?
It does, because that's where I'm heading with this load right now.
Right. So I can't get them to tip in Brummies, and I can't get them to tip in this plant that's making stuff out of wood chip. Which is the reason why I bought the plant, because I had so many wood chips. I thought, well, rather than just go and sell them, I'll what's the name? And then I thought, oh, I'll get, because I've got this American truck that is just an animal, and it pulls 3 of these sugarcane trailers with no problem whatsoever, and it's like nearly 200,000 litres of product, which is a good way of moving it when you're over 1,800,000. That is no joke. Still hear me?
Yep.
Oh, you can. Well,
Yep.
I've walked downstairs. I didn't know if the Wi-Fi, the Bluetooth, or whatever still works, but obviously it does. In fact, getting old like this is no good. Oh, yeah, I think.
See what
Yeah, because
this.
I've finished most of the heavy DIY this weekend.
You're cutting it out some there now.
Say that again?
So you were cutting in some there now, back and forth.
Yeah, no, 'cause I went out into I went through another set of walls. Yeah. One at the minute is only a staircase away from the thing, but I went in out to the utility walls. Get through the wall.
That was a quick 46,000 right there.
Oh, what, for the chips?
Yep.
That's pretty good, mate, isn't it? I shouldn't, but I think I'm getting a nice bun. That's good money, mate.
It is. It's December, so it's just about the best time to sell.
It's good money for.
I'm not going to see when I get back here how many stumps I got.
Is that big trailer?
Yeah, it's 55,000 litres.
Use this for the line, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's still pretty good, mate.
Yeah.
You're right.
Probably 900 per thousand.
Yeah, times that 0.8 million.
One.
This logging lot is for old road.
That's 6 trees.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Because I've been putting them into my furniture. Not my furniture, my prefab wall beams, posts, and all that. I also bought another unit that turns beams and planks into pallet and pallet boxes. You know, so like you could put potatoes in them, in the boxes,
Mm-hmm.
and still move them with a forklift. I'm guessing that's what they are.
Piece of scrumph, you plunked her in.
Oh yeah, there's a few in there.
Yep.
Looks like you run out of trees,
Yep. He
doesn't
put
it?
2 pallets in,
Hey,
he said. Yeah.
it looks like you run out of trees.
11 meters, and he only put them in, was it last week or the week before?
I think it was a week before.
Yeah.
There's 2 weeks. What do they get to? 35, isn't it?
I think those, yeah, they do.
So they got a way to go yet.
Yeah.
But maybe three or 4 weeks time, maybe.
Yeah, we play December, January, February, 3 weeks time.
Yeah,
And the sawmill's right next door from too, right? So
yeah, that's what he said. He said when he was doing it, he said, "I'm going to plant them here." He said because the sell point's across the road. That's pretty good though, mate. What you got? What crop you got in the field?
this was barley.
Right.
So Johnny and I talked, and we harvested our grass and stuff. Kept 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 small fields, 7 small fields of grass, and then
Right.
and then flipped out the other ones in barley. So 119 up at the top, 17 and 16. That's the one we're working where we merge them together. Barley.
Yep.
And 110 is barley for next year. So that will be ready. Barley will be ready. I think our barley will be like July before it's ready to harvest.
Right.
And I tested a game save. We won't let it cut grass again until May anyways, even though it's March, April starts growing. Again, it won't be able to cut until May because it takes to get to the full growth state.
Right.
So a bit of cut some grass in May, and then that may let us plant. What else could go in May or June? Might better get sorghum in again on some of those grass fields. Kind of just
Yeah. I think
rotate them around some.
I've got 2 fields. I think of sorghum. Let's have a look. Are they sorghum? They're not potatoes yet, they are sorghum. I've got 2 fields of sorghum and 2 of corn, I think. No, that can't be corn. Might be oats, actually. I've got 2 of oats and 2 of soybeans. No, sorghum. They look like oats. What's that saying? Is it? Yeah, it's oats. So I've got two of oat, two of sorghum. And I can harvest those. Well, I harvest the oat in July and the sorghum in August. But I think once I've done that, then I'll put me precision farming in.
Oh yeah, activate it.
Once that's done, because then I can plant in October barley and wheat and canola. That will be fine.
Cut grass inside.
Did ya?
Yeah. First cut.
Wow. That's suddenly turned, isn't it? From like snow and everything else, and all of a sudden you got a cut of grass.
Yeah, you got a couple of warm days, moisture in the ground, it'll shoot up. Wasn't
Yeah,
dead
yeah.
all over, but just enough that if I didn't cut it was going to get real thick and
Yeah.
heavy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Like the girl next door, she went away. And I said to her, I'll cut her grass, which I'd been over there. And when I went over there, I thought, you could cut this for hay. And that was in a matter of like 3 weeks. And bearing in mind we've had no rain, you know, it's pretty crazy. I've done it, and then because they started charging for the wheelie bins, they licensed them all last year. In that if you wanted it collected, you had to register it, so that you could, and they stuck a sticker on the bin.
The bin itself, yeah.
Yeah, right, which was green. Well, of course, now you're paying. You've got to have a sticker on your bin for them to pick it up, and it's pink. And of course, girl next door, her bin's got the wrong colour, and I didn't realise. Because I filled her bin up. It was her grass. And of course, it's I couldn't get it emptied. And she'll be back soon, I think. She's going to wait for 5 weeks. All right for some, isn't it? Just float off to Thailand. Islands.
Island.
I think she's got mates over there. She's South African.
Okay.
And I think she's got friends that live out there. She goes out there and sees them.
See that animal thing that Monka was talking about?
Yeah,
Pretty
they were talking about it on. They were talking about it on Climbs, saying that it was going to be make a hell of a difference to the gameplay.
Yeah, realistic, I think.
Yeah, yeah. That's what it was called, wasn't it? Realistic animal, something or other. I didn't watch. I haven't watched Scrumps or Scroft.
Scroft, yeah.
Scroft, innit? I haven't watched his video, but I'll dig that out in a minute. That's what the problem is.
What's that?
I've just gone between two trees with the log truck, and it suddenly stopped dead because the logs were higher than the trigger on the tree.
Oh, okay.
And I'll remember to go round it, not between them. Actually, that's probably better money than doing a contract, John.
Yeah,
What you're doing there.
I was wishing. See, the forest on this
What
map.
is it?
This forest in this map is you can't buy little plots. It's the whole forest, and it's $0, so we can't really do forestry. I would have done wood chipping for the winter if I had could have bought a little plot somewhere, you know what I mean?
What do you mean it's $0?
So it's almost like it's a bug, like when you buy all these plots. I'll show you here.
Yeah.
Oh, wrong button. When you go to buy the
Oh, he's not,
plots,
what you mean? Like he's not set it up right?
yeah. So when you go to farmlands, so for
Yeah.
$0 buys all the trees and the little plots all the way around the map. So you couldn't be I buy one and Johnny buys one,
Oh,
Bunker
okay.
buys one. If you buy one,
Right,
you buy it all for
right.
$0. So we kind of said it's kind of puts
Yeah, off
farming
limits.
them off limits.
Yeah.
So that's why we thought we'd just trim this little bit up here. There's a few more trees around. I don't know. I don't think I'd bother planting any of these. I know Johnny's not into doing trees. If we do a few contracts or something, that kind of stuff past the winter by.
Yeah. 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 Makes sense, man. This truck I got off of Vine Server. It's got the most amazing headlights of any truck that I've driven so far in 25. Almost like being in a tractor. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, some of them are pretty friggin' dim.
Yeah, but even all the ones 82 Studio they've done, 22, they look pretty shit on the lighting. Yeah, they're a lot better than the in-game stuff. Friday, my lorry pulled up a warning indicator light where there's an indicator on the near side. So I banged it and it started working. So I'll see what happens as the day goes on. And a bit later on it came on and it wouldn't go off. So I took it apart. And progress going, right? Old school, it's a 21 watt single filament bayonet.
Yes.
Pretty common everywhere. And the old method was it was a metal tube that the bulb locked into, so
Yep.
the whole of the case was the earth.
Yeah, the two pins would lock into.
Yeah, and the bit it locked into was the earth. Right, this is all nylon or plastic. Yeah. And there's a strip down the side with a little finger and that is the earth.
Extra ground there.
Right, and the fingers dropped off. Because for some reason, beyond me, there is no grommet. This is a side repeater, and it sits on the back mudguard, on the mudguard behind the front wheel. And the wiring comes in from under the wheel arch. But there is no grommet on this place to stop the shit going into this pipe or stalk where the indicator repeater's hanging out of. Really is quite amazing. So I got a copper nail, which I had lying around, flattened the end, and then cut it off and just flipped it in between the metal strip and the bulb works as great. Well, till I can get it back into the garage and they can put a new one on. But I just couldn't believe that, you know, they'd gone from having the entire casing as an earth to this little piece of brass,
Cheaper.
which I'm guessing it is. Yeah. You know, it didn't even have one each side, you know, it only had one down one area. It was just crazy. Easy to do in the way of progress, but I'm guessing because it's plastic instead of metal, it probably saves 0.024 of a euro or of a pence, or whatever they call the individual bits to make up the euro. And over 100,000 units is probably a few quid. But on a, how old's my truck? My truck is 22. So it's what, 3 years old. Well, it'll be 3 years old in December. So it's 2.5 years old. And it's only done minimal mileage, probably not even done 50,000 kilometres. And yet, you know, the indicator earth was rotted away. Crazy.
Little things.
Yeah. Really?
35,000.
Well done.
I think I'm gonna have to call it quits here soon.
Time for dinner?
Yeah. Put the lawnmower away. I'm just going to do to dry off in the air a little bit when I finish cutting, but I'm going to stick it in the shed.
Yeah, that's what
Good
it's
with
all
yours?
moving stuff away, putting stuff away. It's really quite amazing, actually. Because for months I've had stuff everywhere, and all of a sudden, you know, the bags of sand and cement and all that are disappearing because I'm using them. And you know, tools that I've had out for ages, I'll finish with. It's like my spot board. I come to mix up the cement to lay the bricks, and somehow or other it's got something land on it, and it's cracked it. And I thought, I'm not buying another one because I'm finished. So luckily I've got an old thing from the motor trade to repair bumpers with.
Mm-hmm.
So I've done a bit of that, and then a bit of welding, plastic welding over the top, and it was fine. Got the job done. But yeah, it's gonna be good. And under this awning, let's call it an awning now. It's there's loads of room. Yeah, it's really good. And all I've got to do is make the tabletop, which in the scheme of things is not a lot compared to what we have done. I even had time to finish the pub wall today because someone drove into their wall and knocked it over. And the new gardener repaired it, but he'd never laid a brick in his life. So it was a little bit all right, you know, to be fair. You know, I lent him the gear. I said, if you want some gear, I've got plenty of gear. I said, I'll lend you that. I said, but you know, and when he finished, I gave him a pointing tool, yeah, but he never used it. You know, he just leveled off the joints with the trowel and just left them like that.
Yep.
Whereas I gave him a sort of a V-ing thing.
Yep.
That if you've got the gap right on the brick, it gives you like a radius joint. And he never bothered using it, so I don't suppose he realised what it was for. But he got his spacings all wrong, and he also hadn't bought enough bricks. So he was a brick and an eighth out of on the end of the wall, and it was driving me mad every time I walked by there or drove by there. Do you know what I mean? Because it from the road it looks fine, yeah.
Yes.
But having these two bricks missing, it looked ridiculous. So I thought, okay, I'll do that, and I had enough. Because the thing was, I couldn't put my last brick in because I needed to cut it. Being Sunday afternoon, I wasn't getting the 9-inch angle grinder out. So I thought I was taking the piss just laying the bricks, even though it's only like chink, chink, chink and tap, tap, tap. It's still not major noise. But 9-inch angle grinder cutting through a brick because my spacing was wrong. But I'm probably going to take them off anyway because all the bricks I had were seconds.
Yes. Just stuff you
And
had around, or
no, it was they were building out the back. They built 12 houses and 3. I think it's two terraced houses and 2 flats. No, 2 terraced houses and 4 flats. and 12 luxury houses with double garages and 4 and 5 bedrooms and all that, 15 bathrooms. And they had 2 pallets of bricks. In fact, it might have even been more than 2 pallets that turned up, and they were wrong. They'd been, I don't know what they'd been, but the sizes were wrong. They were small. So maybe someone had altered the brick press, that squeezes the clay together.